Hello and welcome, this is Gunner, and we're back with some more BattleTech. We're picking up right where we left off in the last video, and I must admit, in the last video I got a little carried away and got absorbed in the action, and progressed a little further than I normally would in a video, but that's okay. We'll just finish this one out, and then we'll do some other things to round out the video. I do have the ability to use Vigilance here. I feel like attacking the quick draw at this point is kind of a waste because all it's holding it together is a couple sticks of gum, it seems. So I'm going to walk. We're going to use Vigilance. Maybe I could have jumped in behind the catapult. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead. Fire everything. Oh man, there is not much left holding this thing together. I'm gonna split fire. Screw that. A and B. And I'll put, like, I don't know, 4 medium lasers against the quick draw, and just to rule out the luck of it spreading all over the place, we at least have some damage going his way. But yeah, I don't want to waste a bunch of damage here, especially as that's all we needed right there. That guy should have been dead a long time ago. But sometimes how it can work out in BattleTech, it comes down to the random spread of your damage. Sometimes it's focused, sometimes it's not. Alright, so at this stage, we really only have one target in the scope, so we're going to go after that one target. We don't have many LRM-20s left. So we are going to have to get more in the face of our opponents here pretty soon.
Standing by.
All right, here I'm going to jump more over in this direction. Our opponent's up there.
Lifting off.
I'm going to get a little bit away from them. Well, the catapult is the main threat. This one here is the main threat. There's catapult up here, and there's a Shadowhawk up here, but both of them have taken decently heavy damage. Oh, well, you don't have many LRM-15s over here either. Well, we'll fire one, so as to conserve ammo, but also do more damage. But this one lone catapult is not going to be able to weather the storm of all this fire we're about to sling its way, so... in this case...
What's up, boss?
I'm going to go ahead and jump down here. We'll probably only get to fire a single AC-5 at it, but it gets me into a safe location.
Jumping.
So we don't get brutalized by 3 mechs teaming up on me. Although at this point I don't know if they have enough firepower to really brutalize anything. Okay, here comes what's left of the Shadowhawk. Well, it took a shot at us, and it did it. Okay, well, I think Jalopy is our one to go now, so we're gonna do split fire. We're really running low on ammo now. You're gonna be A, and you're gonna be B, and this one. I'm not a very good shot either, but I'll take it. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more results there. Thankfully that missed, because I would have done full damage with the breaching shot. So I walk up in their face and have the threat of them doing, well, first off, I should wait, because the catapult probably gonna fire on me, and then it will be much more of an easier target or it won't fire on me. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and walk up here and see what kind of things we can get happening here. But I think we have to move in and start working on these guys. So I'm going to split my fire between the Shadowhawk and the catapult, I think. So you're going to be A, you're going to be B, and this stuff will be B. And then A will be the other stuff.
Engaging multiple targets.
Alright, we killed him. I think that was not a wasted damage, so I'm kind of happy that I did that.
Warning.
The catapult doesn't have a lot of armor left.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, so let's see what we can do here. I can get direct vision if I jump here. I do have the risk of that catapult unloading on me, but hopefully I can distract it or something so that I can get in there. I'm going to sling some firepower its way, that's for sure. You're going to be A. You're going to be B, and B's going to be everything else. Give it a go.
Affirmative.
Okay. Fortunately, no crits there. Alright, I think we have to, as I said, distract. So, we do not want this catapult targeting our Highlander. So, we're going to go after it. We're going to hit one side, and hopefully maybe clip some of his firepower off. If we fail, well, that'll suck, I guess. Unfortunately, this is the side we don't really... We would prefer not to hit. We actually want the other side. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Firing all weapons.
And we hit the leg, unfortunately, a lot. So we're not going to be taking any weapons out. Luckily, this catapult went first. It's armed with a PPC, so it's not totally harmless, but...
Damage minimal.
We will now focus.
Receiving you.
Droppy doesn't have a lot to offer here, so let's just jump up. And I'm going to split my fire.
Up high.
Again, we're trying to distract away from the Highlander. I don't feel like we can afford to lose that. You're going to be A. You're going to be B. And we're going to turn that completely off. And fire away.
Multiple enemies locked in.
What the hell? Did I select that wrong?
Solid connection on that one.
That hit the other catapult. I could have swore I selected that for A. I mean, maybe I made a mistake, but... it even focused in on the other catapult. Like, that just straight up didn't work. For some reason. Well, that's a glitch. It has to be. Because it focused the camera on this guy, but hit the other guy. So that was just a glitch. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Sometimes things like that happen in this game. In this case...
Commander?
I'm just gonna go ahead and split my fire, I think. You're gonna be A, and you're gonna be B. And in this case, the Gauss rifle is gonna be the only thing we fire at B. I'm hoping the other catapult will just die under this weight of fire.
Roger that.
And if not die, we'll strip out its remaining weapon. Yeah, it's dead. And then here comes the rifle. Hey, it actually went after him, so that's good.
Critical hit.
And you're down. And then we're going to run over and stomp him. Because we were running pretty hot. So I think a kick here works just fine. And you're in a great position for me to stomp on you. So why not?
Engaging physical attack.
Well, we took off a weapon there.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Question is, how much more do you have? Got the other side.
Commander?
We still have, you know, the objective to do, I guess. In this case, we're going to go in and hit this catapult. We have a fairly good chance of killing it. Select it. There we go. I think we will go after this torso section just to try and get rid of the last of the significant firepower. Which we did.
Target's taken a critical hit.
It has been knocked down, so it's not going to
Commander.
go before my catapult gets a chance to go. At this stage, you have almost no health in the center torso, so the likelihood you'll live through this is almost non-existent.
Hot damn. Let's do this.
Okay, well,
Tango down.
that was a protracted fight, but one that we surely won. Okay, so let's start working towards our objectives here.
Acknowledged.
Guess I'll keep to the road for the most part there. Jump over here. We have so many heat sinks in this kind of environment. If I spend even one turn not firing weapons, we cool off pretty much immediately. Yeah, I'll go ahead and sprint here so that I stop
Coordinates received.
in the objective. We'll capture that. I'm going to assume that's going to make me go to the extract point.
The asset has been secured. And
Because we have another objective. So I'm alright with that, because we do actually have another thing we could be doing. So it makes sense. In this case, I think sprinting is going to be our better thing to do here.
On my way.
But unfortunately, Glitch, I think, is going to be quite a ways behind. I'm going to go towards the objective with the Battlemaster. It will be up to the Shadowhawk to get the secondary objective. Go ahead and speed that up. Okay. Printing. At this point, I think I'm going to use what gets me closer. I guess we can get a little closer by sprinting over this way.
Coordinates.
I'm going to need it to eventually use jump jets. Glitch is going to be so far behind. I'll probably be to the secondary objective before he gets there. Alright, we'll go up this way.
Move order received.
Alright. But for sure, jump jets is going to get me where I need to go faster.
Got it.
We really burned through ammo in this one. Oh, sadly, you don't have very far to go. Where you need to go.
On my way.
we have the secondary asset, Commander.
Oh, okay, now they're going to end it. Alright, that's cool. Alright, bonus for getting our secondary objective, I take it? Okay. Get some experience. I think that one was a little bit... I'm not sure if it was a more difficult mission than it was listing, but it sure seemed like that from the weight of the mechs we were facing. But it was still something we could handle. Okay, so we've got a catapult that we can pick up. Do we already have a K2? I know we have the standard catapult, but I don't know if we have a K2. Whether or not I'd want one, I don't really know. I don't think so. Not unless we want to use it for our scout, but in my... thing, I think that we could go for the Thunderbolt instead. What are the differences as far as slots? So that's the thing I'm concerned about. So we have 2 missile slots versus 1. Then we have 7 energy versus 4, and then we have 2 ballistic versus what? 0? So in that vein, I think the standard Thunderbolt would be more interesting to me. Alternatively, I could go after the Orion. I really do like the Thunderbolt. I think it's a good mech. I would think it was a better mech if I didn't already have a Highlander. The same thing is true with the Orion. I think the Orion is a good mech, but I think the Highlander is better. So this would be a backup to the Highlander, both of these. So the Orion is just that little bit better, but we could get a Thunderbolt now. So let's go with the Thunderbolt now rather than an Orion later. Well, I should look through special systems here. All right, I don't see anything. We'll take that. I really do wish I had taken more salvage, but I didn't know that we'd face this weight of mechs. That's okay. Okay, we're ready for a contract. Lady Arano's contract to repel the Tarian assault on Panzer is ready for review in the command center. Should follow up when you think we're ready. All right, cool.
That mech is ready to fight, Commander.
The Thunderbolt 5S is well armored and heavily armored for its size. It's often deployed as a frontline mech where the fighting is heavy and needs to give as good as it gets. Okay, and again, experience. All right, so what do we want to get rid of? I think at this stage, the Hunchback has served out its usefulness. We have the Yager back here that we could use instead, so the Hunchback's going to go away. Granted, this is the one with the medium lasers that I think is very effective, but granted, the fact that they increase the heat that medium lasers do or generate, I think that the Hunchback's going to be the one that we send to storage here. All right, so we have a bunch of things to do before we take this contract, which is going to be in Panzer, as they said. It's still only 3 skulls, but I don't know if this is really telling you what the difficulty is for sure. I don't think there's anybody that we need to talk to.
What do you need?
Yeah. So I think it's just a matter of getting ready as far as the things that are in our mech bay. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So the Thunderbolt is just going to be a backup mech as far as I'm concerned. It has good armor, which I like. But in my mind, the Highlander is going to be very similar in capabilities, but just that bit better because it's a heavier mech. It's slower, but it has jump jets. That's the thing that the Highlander has in its favor as far as that's concerned. But yeah, it's a good, well-rounded mech that can do good damage. It has very good armor. So, you know, it's good. It's not going to be a frontline mech for us at this moment. Not unless I modify it, but it's the same weight as a catapult, so I don't know if it would be able to overcome the capabilities of catapult in that regard. So the main thing I would focus on is maybe modifying this quick draw to be a better scout for us. Quick draws are only 60 tons though, and I think you come into a moment of, is it really efficient to have the kind of maneuverability that you have in a 60-ton mech over a 55-ton one, especially as we lose out on an initiative as well. Now I could substitute out the Scout Hawk that I currently use and start using the Blitz Hawk instead. And I could upgrade its firepower pretty significantly. I would have to go for more of a close range style, which I'm not sure I've been doing lately. So let's see what we can do with the quick draw, and then I'll kind of make my decision based off of that. Because what we need to match for the Scout Hawk, and I don't think it has been doing the firepower correctly. I mean, last time I added up the math, they weren't calculating the damage that an SRM-6 did right, but maybe they fixed that bug, so let's see if that is true. So this here is doing what? It's doing 10 damage per missile. So that's 60 damage, and then we have, I think, 45 here? No, 55. So we have 55, so that's 115, and then we have a single medium laser, so that's puts us at 130. So yeah, they're not doing the damage calculations here right. It's just only calculating the one SRM-10. I'm sorry, SRM-6. One missile, the 10 damage. That's what I'm trying to get at. So yeah, we can't just use the easy comparison here, unfortunately. But can we beat that? I think we could. I don't think it would be that hard. We can't use an AC-5 because we don't have any ability to use ballistic weapons, but we have 2 missile slots. So I could keep the the LRM-10 around. And we may have an upgraded LRM-10, I'm not really sure. But right now, default-wise, it's going to do 40 damage. So that's losing 15 damage there if we're comparing that to an AC-5. It does have that indirect capability, though, which is nice. As far as the other damage, well, we could upgrade the SRM-4 to an SRM-6. That wouldn't be too hard. And we could equal the damage we're doing with the Scout Hawk fairly easily. And then we have all these medium lasers. So, in my mind, the Quick Draw is doing more damage. The problem is, it doesn't have the same amount of armor. So we would have to reduce that to a certain extent. But maneuverability should be the same. We're talking about same distance, same jumping distance. So it's just the armor and seeing if we can modify that armor and keep the damage capability of a Quick Draw is where we're at. So let's see if we can do that. So do we have, let's just turn off ballistic weapons because that's not going to really matter. Do we have an upgraded LRM-10? We do have one, so this would go from 40 damage to 50 damage. Nice. Unfortunately, I don't have another LRM-10 that has any better damage than that. But it's still an upgrade, so I'm going to take it. I'm going to make things, you know, match color-wise, although if I really want to make this match, I have to do this. There we go. Now our other slot. Here, I'm thinking I can do one of two things. I can upgrade the missile system and make it better, or I could just strip it out entirely and we could upgrade this to an LRM-15. The downside of that is, would it really do much more damage? We're talking about 60 damage or an increase in 2 tons. I don't know if that's really optimum to do. Not a lot better damage. Well, I do definitely have to lower tonnage somewhere. So let's say we remove a medium laser. And I should have some upgraded SRM-4s somewhere. So here we can upgrade the damage pretty significantly by adding 4 damage onto the base. And we only have 1 ton to work with our armor. And at the moment, we're at 640, but I think our Shadowhawk has like 760 or somewhere around there. It's in the 700s. So I don't know for sure how much a ton adds. I'd have to actually look at that. So why don't we start playing with it? So we'll add 1 across the board. Okay. And then let's focus more on this torso section on the arms. And we'll go for more of the frontal area at this point. So, okay, we've reached our limit. So, got 1 pip left. I think we go like that. So where are we at now? 720. So we're just shy, I think, of where the Shadowhawk is. It's probably a difference of like half a ton. Maybe. Well, if I... Oh, I grabbed the wrong LRM-10, I just realized. One with damage, not stability. That one. Good that I caught that. Okay. Now, heat efficiency isn't great. We could strip out another medium laser, which would help with that. Where are we on heat efficiency now? So, heat sinking is 39, Alpha Strike is 42, and jumping heat is 10. Not too bad. We do have some special systems I want to add in. That wouldn't be too hard to do. At least I don't think so. Go to equipment and see what we got. So the one thing I'd want to add is the comm system, which this is an upgrade over what our Scout Hawk can do. And then this, but we don't have the slot for it, so I'd have to move a jump jet or something. I don't know where I'd move it. I'd probably move it to... I hate the lack of symmetry, though, if I were to move it like that. But you gotta love the hit defense, so... Sure, we'll do it. Okay, so... Similar capability to our Scout Hawk at this moment, and then we're gonna up the armor, so... I'm gonna go across the board, everywhere gets 1 point. And I'll do another 2 in the legs. And we'll do another one here. And we'll go across again. Not sure how much more I can put in this thing. Yeah, that's gonna be it. So... I'll go like that, I guess. Alright, so we should have more armor now. We're at 800. I mean, maybe I'm remembering incorrectly, but the damage should be pretty darn close. We've got 2 medium lasers versus the single. We've got the SRM-4 that has upgraded damage. So, what were we at? We were at 135, if I remember correctly, or something like that, maybe 130. So, with this, we've got 48 plus another 50 is 98, and then this did another 50. So, we are definitely looking at more damage. I think we have a little bit more armor. And otherwise, we are very similar capabilities, so we're really just trading that very slight bit of initiative. Alright, we'll confirm this. Quick draw. That's fine. It's the only quick draw we're using, so... It's going to take 4 days to finish.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
Okay. So, was I correct on that armor amount? We were at 760, so we have 40 more points of armor in the quick draw than we would have had in the Scout Hawk. And we have just that little bit more firepower. We have the capability of indirect fire, which we didn't have with the Scout Hawk. The main advantage that the Scout Hawk had was very heat efficient, which I don't think the quick draw is going to have, but I think it's still an improvement. So that's what I'm going to go for. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and we'll change to something else. Okay, well, I think that's all the changes I'd like to make, unless we want to switch out some of our lasers, perhaps. As I think we do have better lasers now. We could put in one of those into the Battle Master, and then we have all special lasers at this point, because this is the only one that's not special. So, we could have pretty good lasers here. Yeah, +1 accuracy and some crit chance. We'll remove that. That there. And there we go. That shouldn't take long at all.
Logged and noted.
Okay.
Shouldn't be too hard.
So we're all good to go in my mind. So let's go ahead and take a look at this contract. So, going to Panzer, which isn't that far away. It's only going to take 17 days to get there. We'll have all of our work done by then. So let's just read what we got here. So proceed to Panzer to protect its people from the Tarians. Intel suggests that a balanced lance composition with both high durability damage dealers and high maneuverability scouts would do well on this drop. Well, we already kind of do that. Further details will be provided upon your arrival. If we don't protect Panzer, the Tarians will burn it to the ground. Ostergaard wouldn't even think twice about it. But Urano can't let that happen, and we can't either. Okay, let's travel.
By your command.
I don't think this has anything to do with what we learned earlier, did it? Although Lord Madeira may be doing that on his own. I thought we were supposed to go along with that, but I guess not. So operating expenses isn't too bad. We actually have quite a bit of money now, so I'm all right with getting our morale up more. I mean, at this point, I don't think money is as much of a concern. I think we've been doing quite well, and we have a pretty good squad, so I'm happy with our situation. So let's go ahead and continue here. Once we get to the location,
I wrapped up that job you asked for,
and we're
Commander.
done with the work orders. But yeah, once we get to the location, I will do the mech warrior experience and stuff like that.
Hey, boss. We
Okay.
just completed those upgrades.
Let's go ahead and take a look at our engineering. So that should be the beta pod, right?
What's on your mind?
Oh, that's not what I want to.
Keep safe, boss.
This is what I want to. Okay, so yeah, we've got everything there. So we can up our medical thing. We can also up our training module. And then we have recreation. So we've got the arcade, which is going to give us morale. We have low G pool, which also gives us morale. The most cost-effective thing. You know, honestly, I don't know if any of these things really matter too much for me anymore. What is this? Hospital bay. Chance of death from incapacitating damage is 5% less likely. Chance of death from lethal damage is 5% less likely. Okay. Well, that's some pretty expensive stuff that we're talking about there. I think we knock out these recreation things first. Then we'll go for the medical, and then obviously we'll round out the last couple things, and then we'll have a completely finished ship. So let's go with an arcade first. Let's see what they have to say about that. That empty storage space and gamma pod with some additional power conduits could easily support a handful of 2D and 3D game systems. This is no replacement for the training units, but it's more fun. There's this game, Commander. Now hear me out. I'm serious. It's called Dropship Commander. And you pilot a Leopard in a bunch of battle scenarios. Now, I'm not saying this game will make me a better pilot, but I'm not saying it won't either. Alright, we'll go ahead and do that.
All right, I'll get the team on it right away.
Okay. Let's continue here. We have 9 days to the destination. Not sure if we're going to have any plot when we get there. We'll see. But yeah, when Madeira left, he said he was going with a bodyguard. I just assumed that was going to be me, but I guess not. Okay, first harvest. Dr. Murad arrives at a briefing, her arms full of succulent red orbs. Look, the first harvest from the hydroponics garden. Are those tomatoes? Darius asks. She tosses him one and he bites into it, then sighs with satisfaction as he wipes the juice off his chin. They are! Tomatoes, strawberries, watermelon, squash, basil, and that's just the early harvest. Studied nonchalance, Samire snatches her own tomato from Farah's arms. Okay. Well, this sounds like it gives me 15,000. And keep it low key, or we can throw a garden party. Sure, let's throw a garden party. Even if it cost me money, I wouldn't mind, especially as it didn't cost me much to get morale. Dr. Murad stands in the center of the hydroponic garden. She brushes a melon tendril away from her face as she addresses the company. I want to thank our commander for making the creation of this hydroponics unit a priority. Fresh produce that we can now enjoy is only the beginning. We're also growing medicinal herbs for use in the medbay. As I'm sure you've noticed, the air in this pod is also much more enjoyable, which should serve to improve shipboard health. Farah flashes you a smile. So I would like you all to take a deep breath and raise a tomato or a strawberry or whatever you fancy and salute to our commander and to our new garden. The entire crew lets out a lusty cheer, followed by the sound of contented munching. All right, cool. Our morale is almost entirely full. That's good. Let's keep going here. We'll get Behemoth back. Granted, we don't really need her, but she's there in case the need does arise, I guess. Okay, we arrived. We're not going to do that just yet because we have mech warriors to look at. All right, let's start with Decker.
Bye.
It does have 6,600, but I'm going to save it.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, well, at this point, Glitch has nothing else to spend her points on, so I'm going to go with that. Get that max sprint up. That, I think, will help quite a bit. So we'll go with those two things.
Mech warrior training.
And who knows, she might do some punching in the Highlander,
Ready for orders.
although the situation doesn't come up all that often. Okay, so in your case, tactics is the best choice for you. So we can get that called shot mastery, so confirm. We want to get piloting up. Doesn't really matter. We'll save the points.
Training complete.
Okay, and now my pilot, who has 10,000 experience, so it's guts or gunnery. Well, the guts only gives me health, so that's not helping too much. We'll go with this. That helps all the time.
Training confirmed.
Okay, well, that's all the training I need to do. So we'll pop back over into the Argo. And I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. We'll pick up this contract mission here, the priority mission, in the next video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner signing out.